welcome back. I am the Lincoln Lawyer. Thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe, like, ring the bell. You know what to do. Today, topic of discussion is selecting the right attorney for you for a long-term business relationship. Always not an easy thing to do. Plenty of lawyers, and we don't really get any business training. We get no customer service training, and most get it wrong. Select few get it right. So bear with me. We're going to talk about 3 items that you should look for, you should think about when selecting the attorney. Okay, I'm going to go through all 3 right now, and then we're going to get into it. So number 1, personality and friendliness. Okay. Number 2, communication style and listening skills. Number 3, willingness or ability to go the extra mile and get things done, or also go above and beyond. Okay, so let's get started. Personality and friendliness. So, do you want an unfriendly asshole attorney? Well, some people actually do. Maybe in a few areas of law, such as criminal or family law, that may be an advantage. And for some reason, people think, well, I've got an asshole lawyer. He's going to bulldoze his way through the case and get me that victory. Unfortunately, business law, that's not how it works. You can't really intimidate people. As I said, family, criminal, maybe you could intimidate a witness or your ex-spouse or whatever. But in business law, this is an area of relationships. If the other side, the other attorney doesn't like you, you are not going to get the deal done. You're not going to get a response. This happens all the time. They're just going to ignore you. And if the other side sucks to deal with, then I will advise my client not to go through with that deal. It's very common. Lawyers have a lot of influence over their clients, and you don't want to deal with an asshole, okay? Now, as far as you and your attorney, now you should at least like this person somewhat. You don't have to love them. You don't have to be buddy-buddy. You don't have to be friends. You don't have to hang out and have beers, but you should like them somewhat, and they should like you, okay? You should have something in common. Find something in common with that person, whatever it may be, something to create rapport, like something in the background, belief system, hobbies, whatever, it doesn't matter. But liking each other is very conducive to having a long-term amicable relationship. Don't think about payment. Don't think about the fees you're paying. Yes, it is a business relationship, but legal services in America are not cheap. You are paying for time. You are paying for experience. But that's all I can say. Just bear with the fees. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that. But to get the most out of the lawyer, you have to have a good, friendly relationship with him. You want him to be friendly. You want him to be outgoing. You want him to be communicative. You don't want someone crass, surly, hard to deal with. He should answer your questions within a reasonable time and patiently. And when I say questions, I don't mean unreasonable questions. I mean questions that make sense. You can't keep asking the same thing every day, every couple of days. Once it's been explained to you, how long is this going to take? When are they going to respond? When is this blah, blah, blah going to get back to me? We don't know, okay? Me, personally, since I generally charge hourly, I don't care. I'll answer whatever questions you have. If it's the same question every damn freaking day, I'll answer it. I don't care. But a lot of lawyers will just stop communicating with you. Just fair warning, okay? So generally, someone friendly with a good personality, someone you have something in common with, and you don't want an asshole who is an asshole to the other side, because if they're a prick to the other side, and they're going to be a prick to you, and that makes a relationship very difficult to sustain. Okay, number 2, communication style and listening ability. So lawyers are generally very bad listeners, and the ones that are good, who are very few and far between, they're going to be the ones that get the details out of a deal, and they use those details to your benefit, and they get the best deals, and that's why they generally make the most money, because they close those deals. So if you have a lawyer who keeps asking you the same questions over and over once they've been explained already, so this is a problem. They need to write this stuff down. They need to read your emails. They need to be up to date on the facts of your matter. That's a problem. If they keep asking the same questions, if they keep forgetting, they're not going to be able to use those details to your advantage. And very frequently in business law, the details are the ones that really make a great deal for you. Now, communication style. Generally, personally, I prefer email, Skype, maybe instant messenger sometimes. I generally don't use the phone. Okay, now there's multiple reasons for this, because phone is, first of all, it's fleeting. If I write something down, okay, I can refer the client back to it. Now, it's not going to disappear. They can refer back to it. And if there's a dispute about what was said, what was explained, what was not explained, I can always go back to that email. Well, sorry, you did this and you didn't follow my advice. You screwed up. This is your problem. So sorry, now you got to pay me to fix it. That's generally how it will work. So I prefer most things to be in writing. And occasionally, we can do phone conferences. Different lawyers are different, okay? Some prefer only phone. They'll call you every day, yada, yada. Some write letters. I don't know, whatever. Some may write letters. So attorneys are very backwards as far as tech goes. But you need to be able to work with that attorney's communication style, because if you prefer to talk on the phone and they prefer to use electronic mail, then that could be an issue. And I've had similar issues like that before, okay? Just fair warning. So this point number 2, they need to be able to listen, remember the details, the important details of your matter, and they need to have a similar communication style to yours. You need to basically fluidly speak the same language, all right? Last one, okay? So they need to go the extra mile to get things done. Lawyers are freaking lazy, okay? This is well known. They get paid, they don't want to do anything, and monthly I get journal reports regarding discipline of attorneys and the reason behind it. And by far the most common discipline reason is neglect, which is laziness. So they neglect a matter. They neglect to prosecute a matter. They neglect to take steps to move forward with a matter. They neglect to communicate with a client. They neglect to update a client. They neglect to return files. They neglect to return deposit, etc., etc. So this is not a difficult thing to do. A lawyer needs to do his job, okay? This is all very basic, okay? They need to make sure that they get the deal done, okay, on your behalf, because that's what you're paying them for. They can't neglect your matter. So sometimes delay is a tactic, okay? And I've done this before. Sometimes if your liability goes down as time goes by, potentially, then your attorney may elect to delay a matter and allow the other side to pursue it. If you get a lawyer who suggests this tactic and explains it properly and keeps you up to date on developments, that is perfectly fine. So that is something that is commonly done, okay? But it really depends on your individual situation. So that is about it as far as selecting the right attorney for you. Now, these items are not exclusive. They obviously overlap. Good communication and friendly personality, and obviously willingness to work on your behalf. These are very basic items, but you would be shocked how difficult it is to find a lawyer who provides good customer service. And this is few and far between, okay? So you need to really watch out. And if a lawyer is not getting it done for you, if they're not communicating with you properly, you need to let them go. You need to consider letting them go. I'm not telling you what to do, but you should definitely think about letting them go. So I hope this has been informative. Again, subscribe, come back, see you soon, be cool, peace.